it has done in making this progress is to encourage us to work even harder and with more determination. If we can do 1.6 million, we can do 2. We can do 2.5. We can do more to take care of those coming in and those going out. We do not accept that we should continue in this unemployment situation. We must address it. We are addressing it. And that is what is important for this administration. On infrastructure, we've done a whole lot. I know that our civil society colleague came to talk about his village. It's still the same phenomenon. If the major road is built and the road to your village still does not work, you're going to feel that, this government has not done what it should do. But I think we all need to also have an objective view of what is happening and acknowledge where things have been done and where we need to do more. For roads, we've made progress. I received many messages and tweets, and the Minister of Work is here, with Nigerians who went home for Christmas, who had a smoother journey than they had ever had before. Again, does that mean that everything is now done? The answer is no. But we've made progress. The Kano Meduguri, Abuja Lokoja Road, Apapa Oshodi, Onitsha Enugu Port Harcourt, Benin Ore, Shagamu. For railways, the Lagos-Kano is done and work is progressing on the Port Harcourt, Maiduguri, Abuja, Kaduna, Itapa, Jokuta, Warri. For inland waterways, we've dredged about 72 kilometers of the lower Niger from Baro in Niger State to Warri in Delta State. We've completed construction of the Onitsha Inland Port and the President commissioned it, while the Baro Port is nearing completion. As a result, we have increased cargo volume on inland waterways from 2.9 million metric tons in 2011 to over 5 million metric tons in 2013. In water, we've completed construction of 9 dams, thereby increasing the volume of the nation's water reservoirs. We have also made progress on major projects such as the South Chad irrigation, the Baccalaureate irrigation project, the Galma Dam. And overall, total irrigable area increased by over 31,000 hectares and increased production over 400 million metric tons. I'm not saying that these, that this is it. I'm saying that we have been implementing and we can actually record specifics of what has been done. In aviation, we've completed the upgrade of 11 airport terminals. We are working on the remaining terminals. In 2013, the Enugu Airport became operational as an international airport with a new terminal under construction. And we commenced work on the construction of 3 new international airport terminals in Lagos, Kano, and Abuja. And since we are all here in Abuja, you can see the construction has started on the new terminal. I hope all of you have seen it. No, the reason I have to check with you is because sometimes when we say something, they say it's a lie. That's why we now have to document everything by video. You will be seeing a video later on that shows you some of these roads. Because Nigerians who don't travel on those roads, who don't ride the rail, who don't go on the inland waterway, who do not pass by the airport will say they are lying. Is that not what they will say? So we have to now begin to show evidence that these things are actually happening on the ground, because the naysayers would have you believe that this government that has been working so hard in 2013, that the budget has not achieved anything. And on the contrary, we have told you specifics of 2013 achievements. So that is what we want to talk about. Now in power, the Minister of Power is here. The proof of the pudding in power for Nigerians will be when they start getting that power all the time, isn't it? So again, we are not saying we are there, but we are moving. I'm not going to say much because we have the minister, but I want to mention that part of that process is that this privatization of the power sector, it has been admitted administrations ago, 3 or 4 administrations ago, that we have not been capable of managing the power sector. If you're not capable of doing something and you continue to do it, what do you get? The same poor result. So 3 administrations ago, the process of privatizing the power sector began, but it was not finished. This administration has finished what was such a difficult process that has taken over a decade to get us from start to completion. In order for us to get results, somebody has to complete that process. And that's what has been done. Now, much of the sector is in private hands. And what we are now waiting for Nigerians to truly acknowledge the results, is for power supply to increase appreciably. We have had transition problems, and I'm not asking you to come and say that, yes, we've done it. I know that we will do it one day, because we've taken the right steps. On communications technology, we have constructed 500 kilometers of fiber optic cable to rural areas, and a total of 266 public access venues were established in 2013. We've also deployed a fiber optic high-speed internet network to connect 27 federal universities and provided computing facilities to 74 tertiary institutions and 218 public schools across the country. Finally, we've established innovation centers to support entrepreneurs in the ICT sector, and we launched a $15 million venture capital fund for ICT businesses to encourage our young people. In industry, trade, and investments, in 2013, we launched the Industrial Revolution Plan, which is a strategic plan for Nigeria's industrialization. Nigeria has been built by the UN Conference on Trade and Development, UNCTAD, not by us. Please check their tables. As the #1 destination in Africa for investment, attracting over 7 billion in investments. And as one of the most profitable countries to invest in on the continent. Again, these are not made up by us. It's United Nations statistics. That is why statistics is important. Both those done externally and internally, for us to look at the facts, not the sentiment. Some of the important investments that have come include $250 million investment by Procter & Gamble in Ogun State in a new factory, $40 million in agricultural projects by Dominion Farms in Taraba State, $1.2 billion in fertilizer and petrochemicals by Indorama in Rivers State, a $200 million steel plant by CAM Industries, our own indigenous steel plant in Ilorin, a $9 billion investment in petrochemicals and refinery by the Dangote Group, and I could go on and on. Again, I have cited specific examples of both international and local companies, because people say, well, it's all figures. Where are they? So that you can know that it's real. And you can visit those places to see whether those factories and those companies exist or not. These industries that are investing are creating jobs. That's what we want to encourage. That job creation exercise is linked to this drive for both domestic and foreign investment. The government has also successfully negotiated a strong common external tariff agreement with our ECOWAS partners starting 2015, which would enable us to protect our strategic industries where necessary. As a result of our backward integration policies that I spoke about and the incentives that we've given, Nigeria used to import virtually all its cement requirements up to 2002. I'm sure that many Nigerians still have the memory of loads of ships loaded with cement, some of them with sand, isn't it? In the guise of cement, we were importing everything. The government gave incentives to this cement industry, gave them waivers and exemptions to enable them integrate backwards so that we can produce our own cement, because we have all the raw materials. Where do we stand today? In 2002, we were producing 2 million metric tons, very far from our demand. Today, we are producing 28.5 million metric tons against a demand of 18 to 19 million metric tons. What does that mean? Nigeria has now become a net exporter of cement. In the oil and gas industry, work was completed in 2013 on 136 kilometers of gas pipeline from Oben to Geregu, the 31 kilometers pipeline from Itoki to Olorunshogo, and the acquisition of 250 square kilometers of 3D seismic data for the Chad Basin. The government also initiated in 2013 the Ogidimben gas industrialization project, which will lead to a petrochemicals complex in Delta State. agriculture, a lot has happened.